What is up, YouTube? This is Terminator Juice, and I'm bringing you my second video game related moto vlog. I've been doing the live streams and stuff the last couple videos. I've been joining Francis from Player Essence on his live streams. So I thought, since it was a beautiful day out, I was out visiting with the family most of the day, and I thought, what the hell, I'll just do one of these types of videos. I shouldn't even bring this up because it's really not newsworthy. It's almost an embarrassment, and really shows just how the gaming community can really turn into just an ugly and just stupid place. And I'm referring to the Digital Foundry results for Mario Kart 8. First and foremost, they felt the need to point out that the game only runs in 720p. It was never once ever confirmed by Nintendo to run in anything other. They never said one way or the other. What the hell? So they was like, oh, we better put this rumor to rest. The game doesn't run in 1080p. And then they talked about the AA, the anti-aliasing, or whatever, however you pronounce it, saying that that's the real shame, considering that 3D World used some kind of edge blurring tool or something to make the edges look smoother. And then they go on to just praise the game, just praise every aspect of the visuals and the presentation, how fast it loads, how slick the menu is. And then, you know, somewhere in there they throw in this, the game runs at 60, but every other second or something it drops to 59 frames a second, and says it only happens with AI, like the GP races. Doesn't happen online, doesn't happen on the time trials, doesn't happen in battle mode, or they didn't really specify that. But and then they say that it's noticeable once you know it's there. Like, they didn't know it was there. Eurogamer posted that it was 1080p native. They just thought it had to be because the game looks so good. And they said it was rock solid, but Digital Foundry said no, it has a problem. But like I said, they just praised the hell out of that game. I mean, other than those few little gripes, they pretty much gave that game a really high rating. I mean, I would imagine if they gave it a score from reading it, they didn't do an actual review, it sounded like that would have been a 9.5, 9.6, 9.7 type game. They were just raving about it. And I didn't make this video just to talk about what they said and how they rated the game, but really the responses to this. And this is when I said the video game community is just ugly and it's just stupid. And that's why, you know, I try to stick to the no drama aspects of YouTube and just talk about the gaming. But I've done a few rants in my year and a half, or about a year actually, doing these types of videos on YouTube. I'm going to tell you guys a few of the things that I read, even though I think it's just ridiculous. I wouldn't believe it unless I read it. And you never know if someone's being a troll. But there were some comments, and the person seemed genuinely like this was his feelings. He wasn't just being a troll. Hold on a second here. Cop car, not what you want to see. No brake lights though, that's a good sign. Anyway, this guy literally said he was interested in the game when it was confirmed, well, he thought it was confirmed 1080p 60 frames a second. But the fact that a Mario Kart game with its non-realistic visuals could only do 720p was so ridiculous that he was no longer going to buy the game. And like I said, it could have been a troll. He didn't defend himself. He didn't make another comment. And I was like, what the that's just stupid. Then there's a bunch of comments. A guy gets on here. Well, I don't have a problem that a game runs in 720p, but I have a problem with all you guys who said it was 1080p and now you're saying it's okay that it's 720p. I have a problem with you guys being hypocrites. And here's what I want to say about that. The people saw how good the game looked. There was reports that it was in 1080p. The graphics have not changed. The game looks exactly the same as it did a month ago when these reports are coming out. The game still looks just as good. So when people are saying, well, it's 720, it doesn't matter because it still looks like a fun game. It still looks great. I'll take 720p. It's fine. They're not upset about it. That doesn't make them a hypocrite that they were cool if it was 1080 and they're cool that it's 720. They don't care because they just want to play the game. They're in it for the gameplay, not the resolution. And to someone to call people out and say, well, you're just hypocrites because you're bragging about 1080, now it's 720, now that's okay. And like, yes, it is, because I don't give a fuck about resolutions. I don't give a shit. And most Nintendo gamers don't. It's not because we don't have a most powerful system. It's because we don't care. We truly don't care. We want good gameplay. We want good level design. We want tons of content. We want games that aren't broken, that work, and that's just how we roll. It's not a negative that we don't care. That's a positive. If you're sitting there worrying about the resolution of a game and it makes a decision whether or not you buy it, you shouldn't be playing video games because you're playing for the wrong reason. And it's just, I had to make a rant about this. I try to stay out of the drama, like I said, but come on, people. What does it matter? The game hasn't changed. Just because somebody said 1080, somebody said 720, the graphics have not changed in that game. They've been the same for months. Everyone thought it looked amazing when they thought it was 1080p. People still think it looks amazing that it's been confirmed that it's 720p, and Nintendo never said it was. And they don't care. They don't report it because it doesn't matter to them. And then we get this guy, well, the fact that Nintendo didn't come out and correct the Eurogamer article that said 1080p, that's on them. It's their fault. They're the ones, they had an opportunity there to squash it right then and there. That's on Nintendo. No. Nintendo doesn't care what the resolution is. They make good quality games that are fun with focus on gameplay and content. They just don't care. They don't report the resolution because it doesn't matter. It's that simple. It doesn't matter. And I'm sure most of my subscribers are Nintendo fans, so you guys probably understand. And like I was talking in a few of the live streams ago, a great game can be a great game without amazing visuals. But if it happens to have amazing visuals and it's a great game, that's just the icing on the cake. That's the cherry on top. That's a bonus. It should never be one of the major concerns anyone has when a game gets shown or announced or talked about. Resolution should not matter. I played Dead Space on my Xbox 360 this time, no, it was about a year and a half ago. I beat it 2 times straight through without playing another game, and then I'm halfway through on my 3rd playthrough. I get on my PC last week or week and a half, 2 weeks ago, whatever. I got a free download code for Dead Space on the PC because I did the Battlefield 4 beta or whatever. So I was like, alright, it's free, I'll download it. Download it. Starts up on like super low res, stereo sound. So I was like, oop, get into the display settings, put it all the way up to ultra or whatever, max, switch it to 5.1. It didn't make a damn difference playing that game in 1080p, upscale, whatever it is, the higher resolution. That game still had me jumping, it still had me panicking and shooting my ammo and wasting my, plasma rounds. It didn't matter. I didn't even think about the visuals other than I was like, after the fact, I was like, well, that's no different. I might as well just keep playing on my 360 I already have a save file and I'm halfway through on my 3rd playthrough. There's no reason to start over. That increase in visuals made 0 difference. 0. No. That's 0% to anyone who didn't hear me. So why does resolution matter to all these people? And when did it start to matter? I don't remember Grand Theft Auto 5's resolution ever getting brought up. I don't remember Call of Duty's resolution ever getting brought up until the Wii U came out. I don't remember any of the major games. I couldn't tell you what The Last of Us native resolution is. I know it's probably 30 frames a second, but I couldn't tell you the resolution. It doesn't matter. And like my brother-in-law just said, he's a long-time gamer. He's older than me. He says back in the day, the arcades, the Ataris, the NES, they had to make the games fun to play because every game had shitty visuals. And that is a fact. I wish I would have thought of that. Wish I could take credit on that. Those games are still fun today because they had to be fun. If they wanted to be have good sales, they had to make a fun game that people talked about. No one was talking about the visuals on the NES. No one cared. They had to make fun games, otherwise they wouldn't sell. It was all word of mouth, and so that's pretty much it. This is a lot longer of a rant than I planned on, but I had to say that. This shit has got to stop. This gaming community, bred by YouTube, by forums. I've never been on NeoGAF, but it seems to be a cancer to this community, from what I can tell. And this shit's just got to stop. Just buy games that are fun. Play them. If they happen to look good, that's a bonus, but who cares? Did super realistic visuals help Rise, Son of Rome? No, it didn't. That game's already forgotten. It's only been 6 months that game's forgotten. No one cares. You play a game for 5 minutes, you're already forgot about the visuals. You're just focusing on gameplay, accomplishing the goal. You're not thinking about visuals. That's just facts. So anyway, give you guys a look at the lake out here in West Michigan. This is Lake Michigan, about directly across from Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Chicago's back that way. So I'm gonna end this video and get back to riding. Alright guys, happy gaming out there, and we'll see you on the next one.